Hi, so it's my last day in Edinburgh today. I'm in the Greyfriars Kirkyard, church. I found out some things about this place. There are a couple of hundred stones, gravestones, but what I didn't know until I was told on the free walking tour is that this is where they buried people who died from the plague. So they estimated about 200,000 people were buried, making this one pretty much a big mass grave. And what they did is they just chucked loads of bodies in and covered them with dirt, then more bodies, then more dirt, and it's known to locals as the lasagna. But I'm going to Arthur's Seat today. I'm going to have my last walk around the city, which has been absolutely fantastic. I love Edinburgh. Definitely come back with more money. There's tons and tons of bars and restaurants, and I've not been in any of them because I'm working on a budget. So I've made the most of the hostel bar, which is cheap, and the facilities, making fried haggis from the supermarket. So yeah, it's been great. So I'm still in the graveyard, right by the old city walls that were built very quickly to protect Edinburgh from the invasion of the English. You can see different types of graves in this place. So you get something like that, which is obviously where, if you were very, very wealthy, this is where you would be laid to rest. And right down to just your average gravestones. Over here in the corner, which I didn't know about, is this used to be an old prison. This courtyard used to be an old prison that was the home to 4,000 men who would have to stay here, no cover, and live off scraps of bread. And most of them died. I think there was about 200 survivors, and they were sent to leave, put on a boat to be sent to America, and the boat sank, so they all died as well. You can see these, this would be the very wealthy people who would be buried in places like this, and they're always locked to protect them from grave robbers, because many years ago people used to be able to sell their dead to the local university, because the local university was the #1 university for anatomy, and so people used to sell, when people used to die, their relatives used to sell their bodies, and the university then had a real body to work on and to study with. But then they made that practice illegal, so the university suddenly didn't have this supply of dead bodies. So what happened was you had grave robbers who would come and they would watch people being buried in the day, and then at night they would come and they would dig up the body and take it to the university and be paid around £14, which was equivalent to about 6 months' wages. So obviously if you were rich, you'd be in one of these things, and it would be hard to get into because it would all be locked up. If you had a little bit of money, you would buy one of these cages down there, stop people from digging up the body. But if you were poor and you didn't have any money to afford something like this, then you would basically stay out all night and sit by the grave, and you would do that every night until the body was unusable. So once nature had taken its course and the body had started to rot away, then it was safe to leave it because it was no good to the grave robbers or the university. And that's where the phrase "working the graveyard shift" comes from, apparently. So there you go, interesting little fact. I really like this place. I love the houses, what have just got the tombs, gravestones built into the houses. It's amazing. But anyway, I can smell bacon and I'm getting hungry, so I'm going.